The Battle of Iwo Jima is often remembered as a pivotal moment in World War II, immortalized by the iconic image of US Marines raising the flag on Mount Suribachi. But what about the other side of the battlefield? For the Japanese soldiers stationed on this remote volcanic island, it was a fight for survival, a battle they knew they were unlikely to win. This is the story of Iwo Jima, as seen through their eyes. The Battle of Iwo Jima is one of the bloodiest and most iconic battles of the Pacific War. Between February and March of 1945, over 21,000 Japanese soldiers defended this small volcanic island against an overwhelming force of US Marines. But while history often focuses on the victors, today we'll uncover the battle from a different angle, the Japanese perspective. What was it like to face impossible odds, knowing that survival was unlikely? Let's dive into the untold stories of the defenders of Iwo Jima. By 1945, Japan was on the defensive. The Allied forces were closing in, and the home islands were within striking distance. Iwo Jima, located roughly halfway between Tokyo and the Mariana Islands, was a critical buffer zone. Losing it would give the Americans a launch pad for bombing raids on Japan. For the Japanese High Command, the defense of Iwo Jima wasn't just strategic, it was symbolic. General Kuribayashi was tasked with leading this defense. A seasoned officer and military strategist, Kuribayashi knew the odds were against him, but he was determined to make the American victory as costly as possible. General Kuribayashi's approach to the defense of Iwo Jima was unconventional. Unlike many of his predecessors, he rejected the idea of suicide charges and instead focused on a strategy of attrition. Kuribayashi ordered the construction of an extensive network of tunnels and underground bunkers, turning Iwo Jima into a fortress. His goal was to inflict maximum casualties on the enemy, forcing the Americans to question the cost of their advance. For the Japanese soldiers stationed there, the battle was a matter of honor. The Bushido Code emphasized loyalty and sacrifice, and many believed it was their duty to die defending the empire. Yet they were also human, scared, hungry, and far from home. Supplies were limited, and they knew reinforcements were unlikely to arrive. The American assault began with an intense bombardment, raining fire down on the island for days. However, the Japanese defenses remained largely intact, thanks to the tunnel system. When the Marines landed on February 19th, they were met with silence, an eerie calm that masked the storm to come. Kuribayashi had ordered his men to hold fire until the beaches were crowded. When the attack finally came, it was devastating. The Japanese defenders used machine guns, mortars, and artillery hidden in caves to inflict heavy casualties. As the battle progressed, the Japanese fought fiercely, often launching counterattacks at night. They used every advantage the terrain offered, making the Americans fight for every inch of ground. But the overwhelming firepower and numbers of the US forces gradually took their toll. By March 26, 1945, the Battle of Iwo Jima was over. Nearly all of the 21,000 Japanese defenders had been killed. General Kuribayashi is believed to have died, leading a final charge, refusing to surrender. The human cost was staggering. For Japan, the battle was both a tragedy and a testament to the resilience of its soldiers. Kuribayashi's tactics delayed the American advance, but they could not stop it. In Japan, Iwo Jima is remembered as a symbol of sacrifice. For many, it represents the complexity of war, a mix of honor, duty, and the harsh realities of combat. It serves as a reminder of the immense cost of conflict and the lives forever changed by it. The story of Iwo Jima is one of courage and sacrifice on both sides. Understanding the Japanese perspective adds depth to our view of history, reminding us that every soldier, regardless of nationality, was a human being with hopes, fears, and families waiting at home. What are your thoughts on this unique perspective? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Ghosts of the Front Line for more stories that bring history to life.